There used to be this kind of beauty in the slowness of everything. You know, things used to take hours to cook and it tasted better. Now we've got the microwaves that takes 2 minutes to cook our meal and the middle is cold. You know what I mean? Back in the day we used to write letters back. I'm talking as if I was there, but I wasn't there. But letters were written by hand, took time to be sent out, and so the person receiving it put more value into it because it was a harder process. It was harder to go through all of that. And so somehow taking more time meant more in general. And we're able to see this contrast because in today's society it's very easy to see how everything is the opposite of that. Everything is instant. If you want to send a message to someone across the world, boom, in an instant they get it. We have these dating apps that if you want to connect with someone the night of, the day of, you would be able to. You know what I mean? It's kind of horrible if you really think about it, you know? We got to get back to enjoying the slow. Being patient, taking the time to do things, you know? Like, I've kind of implemented this in my life where literally on the most superficial seeming things, I just take more time to do it, you know? And you could apply this in so many different ways. You know, one of the ways is actually in the way I speak. You know, I used to speak very quickly, inaccurately, using useless words. And so this mindset of taking things slowly, you know, thinking things through before saying them, applies for speech as well. There's so many ways in which subconsciously we're wired to do things quickly, you know? And good things take time. Good things take time, and usually things that are instant, that are very quick, you know, rule of thumb is that, you know, it doesn't usually end up too well, too good. And that's the thing, we live in a society that's so comfortable, like everything is instant. We've got fast food, you know, you go out, you're hungry, you could satisfy that hunger right away. You know, you want to watch a movie, you could satisfy that hunger right away as well. You've got millions, okay, not millions, but you've got, you know, hundreds of different categories of exactly what you want. You know, you could satisfy that itch right away. You know, validation has never been more instant as well on social media. And so it's sad, you know, I just wanted to talk about that slowness, and because it is applicable, you know, we could practically implement this slowness in our lives. And I think that not only will it be beneficial for us, but also for the people around us. You know, I think people gravitate towards people who take things slowly because it's kind of like a breath of fresh air in such a fast-paced world, you know? Like, nowadays we take speed as kind of like a virtue, which is kind of weird. It's like, it has to be that way, you know what I mean? But it doesn't. It doesn't, and you know, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe it's just like this utopian view that I have that, you know, the grass is greener on the other side, that if only everybody took things slowly. But nah, like I genuinely think that life would be better, and perhaps life was better when things were slower. You know, obviously I'm not from that generation of like the examples I gave at the beginning of the video, but all I know is that the fact that everything is instant nowadays, you know, we're living in it, you know, Gen Z, we're seeing the negative consequences of all of this. You know, spikes in ADHD, depression, anxiety, stress. Like, this fast-paced lifestyle is definitely linked to what I just named, you know? When we read things nowadays, it's like we skim over them instead of actually reading, we consume instead of savoring the food that we eat. It's like we're totally, that rush has flipped things over on its head. You know, we rush through moments to get to the end goal without enjoying the process because we want to be fast-paced. Like I said, it's like we're subconsciously programmed to want to do things quickly to get to that end goal. But then you get to that end goal and you're like, wait, but like I thought this was going to be more gratifying, you know? And I think perhaps that one of the solutions to that is to be slow, to enjoy the process, to see, to look around you, not just look straight ahead at the end goal, because that's not where the beauty lies. The beauty lies in the journey, the relationships you make, the people you connect with. Anyways, I'm kind of going on a tangent here, but you know what I mean. I want to also mention this, you know, God never works in a hurry. Never. You know, decades were spent in the wilderness. Years were spent waiting in the Old Testament, New Testament. And I'm sure you guys have those seasons where you had to wait as well. And where perhaps you wanted to rush things, you wanted things to go quicker, and maybe you even acted upon that desire and you ended up falling, maybe, you know? Yeah, I could testify to this, that there were seasons of waiting where, you know, my relationship with God felt dry, felt slow, but it was for a greater purpose. It was, one of the things actually was to make me understand the beauty and slowness and the fact that things take time, you know, the refinement, it takes time, you know, the forgery, when you forge or when you refine gold, for example, like it takes time. It can't be an instant process. And so the answer might not be to do more. It might be to do less, but to do it better, and to be more patient, and to take more time in doing these things. I think that the most meaningful things in life do take time. And I don't think that's a flaw in the way God created the world. I think that's the point.